My friend nostalgia, I found you when I heard the sweet sound of the ones who I once knew so well. In a voice memo from years ago, we were laughing about some nonsense. Oh, how I miss those friends. Circumstances made it so that I'll never see their faces, except for on the internet.
There we go. It doesn't say welcome to Wednesday because it's not Wednesday, my dudes, but it is kind of summery vibes today. At least it is here because it's like 80 degrees.
It is literally so freezing here, and it's raining, northern downpour, and I'm drinking hot chocolate. So
we're just living on two different climates, two different continents, maybe even.
Who knows? Two different sides of the world. I don't think. Like, are you a quarter away? Question mark.
How big is the Atlantic Ocean, really? Because we're about an ocean apart.
Well, I guess you do live on the East Coast, so it wouldn't, or like East Coast adjacent.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know, I don't have to trek through the depths of America to get to you.
No.
Yeah. Also, hello.
Oh my God, Tom, our baby boy.
This is us today.
It's us. We are working today. I know it says we're having a kiki, but this kiki really means you put on your lashes and the wig and the ear and getting to writing. Okay.
Yeah, a kiki is a party for calming all your nerves and get your book ready.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah. So welcome to our party. It's us. Hi again. How are you doing? And what are you going to be working on today?
Today, I am doing great. Today is a national public holiday in Norwegia because it's the International Workers' Day. We celebrate that in Norway because we have a very strong union. So today has been today off. I went to my third space and I did a bunch of writing. And I came back home and then I talked to you about my finale because I have two scenes left. And I didn't know what to do for the finale. And then you and me spaghettied it for a while. Mm-hmm. Loved what we came up with.
I'm so excited.
I was like struck by okay, I'm just going to write this one huge plot twist and I just see what comes of it. So I did that. And what more have I done? I organized all my bedding, which sounds so boring, I know, but
it's very adult of you. I love it.
Thank you.
I need to do that because, oh boy, we are living in squalor at the moment. Not really. We're fine, but feels like it.
Yeah. Written 500 words, and I'm going to write the end of this scene, which will bring me to the start of the next scene, which is the actual final climax of the novel. I'm not sure how much of a cool down I'll have, or if I'll cut right to the epilogue.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel at the end of next chapter. Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing, my lovely? I saw there was an extension on the proverbial deadline.
Theoretically, I did that. Am I acting as if I have that proverbial deadline extension? No, she's not. But it did make me feel better about, taking some time and doing some admin tasks. I still have one more admin task that I've really been avoiding, like devil, like the plague, which is so stupid because it's something. It's something I want to do. Okay, it's like something I'm just emailing my agent about it. Like, it's not even that serious. And my brain is like, you've been shot. Don't do it.
Yeah, I know that feeling all too well.
10-minute version, maybe even a 20-minute version of it.
I think it's just, a 10-hour loop on YouTube.
Yeah. The all too well that never ends.
I think it is. You're at a park sitting on a bench and you're just broken up with your boyfriend and you're listening to all too well 10-minute version and the 8-hour loop of that.
Yeah. But it's also the middle of the summer and you're sweating because you're so nervous.
Yes. Also that, I guess.
That's me. I had to take a shower. Anyway, stupid. So dumb. I've lost every brain cell in my body. If you guys didn't know, if you didn't notice, I've drifted into insanity. So we're doing fine.
New.
Yep. We're great. We're fine. It's cool. I'm cool. I'm fine. Yep. If I say it
You
enough,
just
it'll be
say
true.
that you're nothing, but you
See?
know it's true.
Oh no, the internet has struck me down. Hello?
Hello, you're here.
Oh, okay. Everything went a little
Oh,
for me.
what are you working on today? What is the
Um,
scene? Where
what is
art
this
thou?
mean?
I saw you had 15 chapters left.
I do. I have 15 chapters left. Hold on, I need to open up my document. That would be helpful. I had to restart my fucking computer.
Open the document, Kronk.
Wrong document. Okay.
Document for Katie's novel.
Document that she should be running in. The document that's almost done.
That document.
Right. Okay, yes. So we are almost done. We have one more scene left in Act 2. In my Act 2. Heavy quotes on it.
Oh, dang. Your Act 3 is 14 chapters?
Yes. It's 14 chapters, I believe. Yes. Is it? Question mark? 46 minus 33. What's that, people?
Oh, God. You are asking the wrong queer man.
I'm asking the wrong audience.
Yeah. Where's Wallace?
Where's Wallace when you need her?
Let us get her on the line.
Okay, I think it's
okay.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's 15.
That does make
counted.
sense though, because you have a dual point of view. So naturally, your Act 3 would be twice as many chapters if you want to tell a fulfilling story, which I know you are somewhat of a fan of.
I am somewhat of a fan. Occasionally, she has been known to like that.
Yeah. So I think that makes sense for the kind of scope of the narrative you are protruding. Protruding? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And the scene that I'm about to have is two of our main characters redefining what their situationship is and making it no longer a situationship, but rather a relationship. And then we're going to have one of the characters meet the other character's son. And it's going to be really cute.
Wait. What?
Leo is going to meet Ariel's son.
Oh, right. Sorry. That combination.
Yes. Yeah. No secret babies here.
No secret baby. Okay. No surprise pregnancy plot. Not that they're not trying, but
I mean, well, yeah. I did consider it actually. That was one of the spaghettis that I've thrown was a surprise pregnancy, but that's for a different book. We move.
Do you like or do you not like surprise pregnancies? Well, I guess you don't mind them if you're planning to put it in your book, but
I don't mind one. I don't think I've read enough of them. I don't think I've read one.
Because they're getting a lot of hate, and I'm not sure why.
I'm not either. I've read one that's like this is what I don't like, and this is what I'm not doing. Because I think there's multiple different ways you can do the pregnancy thing. I read a book where it was a man and a woman who had a one-night stand, and then she got pregnant from it. She tried to get a hold of him. She couldn't. So she then went through the pregnancy thinking that he had wanted nothing to do with her and the baby. She had the baby, and then he comes back into her life and is like, surprise Pikachu, you had a baby. Is it mine? And then they fall in love from there. I don't think I love that setup.
Like, what does that add to the mix?
Just like, they're learning to co-parent together, like,
I guess,
and then they fall in love. How I would do it is like surprise pregnancy, like she just is pregnant at the third act. Maybe. I'm not saying I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm considering it as a plot point for book 3.
Malin Cohen, why is it your least favorite trope? Out of all the tropes out there, like Lolita trope, like Omegaverse, why is the surprise pregnancy your least favorite?
I think it depends. Oh, that's also fair. Romance isn't equal to babies. There's different things, but a lot of romance novels link like a romantic relationship means they must want children. Surely not. No, but LOL.
I'm thinking just novels in general, not specifically romance novels. Though I do see your point. Romance does not equal baby.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is why I had a
treading lightly.
Okay, I don't mind that because you're writing a romance. I guess I had a zombie book once where there was a surprise pregnancy. And we didn't really find out until book 2.
Oh.
Because the girly pop.
Zombie apocalypse. Damn.
I know. Involuntarily in my brain, I had written the prelude to what's that zombie show? Walking Dead.
Zombie? Oh, Walking Dead.
iZombie. Girl.
I don't know.
Get your Disney Channel stuff out of here. Oh, unironically, I did enjoy iZombie, I will say.
Sounds like it's like a show you would like me.
But yeah, I've literally written the exact same beginning as Walking Dead, like 3 years before Walking Dead aired. But yeah, no, there was like, it was a ragtag group of people having to get to safety, in the immediate aftermath of a zombie apocalypse, and two of them like kind of found the tone, and he dies to save the group, and then she finds out in the next novel, and this is like a couple of weeks after the first novel, that she is pregnant.
Oh no, she's preggers.
And that's kind of like, yeah, and that was kind of like, they got to this safe haven basically, and they were like, okay, you're pregnant, so we'll take care of you, but you got to chip in. But yeah. Anyway.
Fascinating.
I never wrote the second book, so it's not that there, but
it's off in the ether. She's off taking care of the village, and the village is taking care of her, and everything's good and well. The zombies are gone.
Project, yeah, that was the first ever nano project I wrote. It was called Dreamland.
Oh, I like that. I like that title.
Yeah. It was a book about a guy waking up in a hospital after the zombie apocalypse. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Which is, as we all know, the intro to Walking Dead. But I wrote this long before Walking Dead was a thing. And he like rounds up basically a bunch of ragtag people. And they're like, what do we got to do for safety? And they have a map with like a red X on it. And the X is Area 52.
Oh, fascinating.
And
so they have to go all the way to Nevada.
Yeah, I forget where I was setting this, but this is somewhere near Area 52 because they have to go like a car trip. Okay. And then like they go through basically a car trip through the United States of America, get to Area 52, and it turns out that the guy, because he had a picture of a woman and a child in his wallet, and it's like, I don't know these people, but they're so familiar. And then turns out it was his wife, and she's there in Area 52. And Area 52 is basically just a giant silo with a bunch of survivors in it. His wife is there with a child. And also her father, like the wife's father, was a military general. So he's like in charge of this silo. And like the silo's name is, what was the silo? Eden, I think. Probably something very rudimentary. So yeah, they get to the silo. And then this side character of the team finds out that she's pregnant.
Brutal.
I mean, yeah, but then you get to commemorate like this fallen character in book one. I had this scene. I'm sorry, this is such a long tangent and not related to anything.
Keep going.
I had this scene which was basically, I forget why, but their journey takes them through like the borders of New Mexico or something. And there they are caught by like this military gang that has taken over one city. Not a military, it was called like a gang that's taken over, like a criminal gang, like a mafioso gang that's taken over the city. And they like kidnap the party, strip the cars for parts, take all their belongings, and then make one of the guys fight. And they have like basically cage fights against zombies for entertainment.
Oh, like I kind of love that as an idea.
Yeah, like a gang. You get it, great.
gang.
And like the fight takes place in a swimming pool, which is just like this arena, and they like are onlookers, and our main character has to fight off a zombie, and that like,
I like that.
Basically a gladiator style situation for entertainment. And it's very reminiscent of the Bear and the Maiden Fair from Game of Thrones, if you remember that.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's very Brienne. That, except with Brienne and the bear. And yeah, but somehow they escaped this and they made it all the way to Nevada.
I love it.
They're one man down during the course of the novel. And I forget the rest of the plot. I don't know why there was a silo, but I think they like, the father-in-law, the father of the general, he had tried to have my main character assassinated either during or just before the apocalypse. And then that's how he ended up in the hospital in the first place.
Oh,
because Yeah, my dude was like a government agent or something, and like his father was trying to take his not birth father, not grandfather, father-in-law. There you go.
Father-in-law. Father. No, this is an old
No,
project of Steve's. Did you write
this
this
was
in English or Norwegian?
I wrote this in Norwegian. This was my
Damn
first ever
it.
nano project. The first ever story I ever started was Project Dreamland.
Oh, I thought it
Um,
was the murder mystery in a cul-de-sac, Desperate Housewives vibe.
Suburban Insurgency. No, that was like
Yes.
the third one, I think.
Okay. Because
Um,
that one still lives up here.
Thank you. I
It's still
do think she
fascinating.
is a fun concept. If Mark Cherry ever wants to make it into something, I'm here.
Call us
No, the
up.
first one,
Call in.
the first, yeah. Oh my God, there you go, twinning.
Twinsie was a zombie book too.
But yeah, the first book I ever tried to write was Dreamland. Never got, and I think I got to the end, but it was very like 50,000 words and not very book shaped because
Yeah.
I'd never written anything before. And then I wrote something like a middle grade kind of young adult situation called about a goblin who was a thief
Ooh.
and lived in this goblin society in like the sewers. His name was Cosmo. And I thought it was so cute.
Oh.
Cosmo Rustwater and the Elven
Oh,
Stone
wait.
was the name of the story.
Wait, that's so cute! I love that.
And then the third one was Suburban Insurgency, which is like my Desperate Housewife crime show.
So good.
And my fourth one was Edvard Grieg, Witch Hunter, which was based on the Norwegian composer Edvard Grieg.
Cosmo the Goblin.
Cosmo with a K, because
He's not like other goblins.
he's not like other goblins.
He's a cool goblin.
Yeah.
I love that.
I forget entirely what the plot of Cosmo Rustwater and the Elven Stone was, but I presume there was an Elven Stone.
I presume. And he was probably, this little outcast. Cosmo's the stripper version.
I mean, he was kind of an anti-hero. He had to work together with his hot elven chick, who was like an assassin / thief, and she stole something from the goblins, which I presume is the Elven Stone, but I guess they stole it first, because why would it be called the Elven Stone? I don't know. It was very reminiscent of like Artemis Fowl, if you ever read that kind of genre.
Yeah.
That was the vibe I was going for.
Which I did love that genre when I was a wee lass.
And in a way, that was a tour through my first 4 projects.
Thank you very much for that. I love that.
You're welcome.
So much fun.
What was your first ever story you ever wrote?
Oh, what was the first ever story I ever wrote? It was a book called Night World, which I know is also a name of what the fuck L.G. Smith something also wrote Night World. Like,
I don't know her.
There's like another famous book series called Night World. I have not read it, so it has nothing to do with that. I just like Night World because it was about the goddess Nyx. From Greek
already a
mythology.
fan.
And she has all her little children, all her little kiddos, the Moirae, whatever. That bunch of
Moray and the others.
and the others. The
that
Fates.
I love equally.
Yeah, that I love equally. I think I still have a Pinterest board actually for Night World. Anyway, and it was about a girly pop who lived in the human world, and she turns 18 and she gets attacked by these people, and she then gets saved, and her grandmother saves her actually because she lives with her grandmother. She never knew her mom. She lives with her grandmother. It turns out she's a descendant of Nyx. She is the first child of Nyx in like forever, and she then has to go to Night World, creatively named, which is like a parallel universe to our worlds, that has all the factions of all of the kids, the children, the goddesses of all the demigods basically of the children of Nyx, so like their grandchildren, whatever. I'm not explaining it well. Anyway, so she was
basically the Percy Jackson version of Nyx.
Percy Jackson, but like takes place in an alternate universe, and it was like way more political and way more like she had to like fight injustices and like
which Percy Jackson never did, so
famously never fought injustices.
Famously.
But it was like an adult Percy Jackson. I don't know, like it did not it had a dark, like gothic aesthetic, you know, like all the things.
Was it
about
adult
me.
or was it like YA?
I think it would have ended up being new adult had I
Okay.
actually written it fully out. I did a lot of work for it, like world building wise. You know, I did a lot of maps. I did a lot of world building, magic systems, political systems, stuff like that.
When was this, Rue?
2015, I think it was.
2015. Calibrating. How old were you?
16, maybe 2014.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You were 16 and 20. Ugh.
15, I was, because I'm 10 years older than you.
Ugh. I was in
and of course
college.
Oh God. Oh my. I actually recently just imported all of my NaNoWriMo information into TrackBear, which has all of my old stories, or like the descriptions of them. And I had like, you know, the very, you know, clearly ripped off of Game of Thrones, high epic fantasy with like a bunch of magic and shit. I had an elf warlock vibe where I think the plot was that this main girl, her father was an elf, but she did not have any magic, but and like the half elves did not have any magic, and like there's this one elf girl, she's like the only elf girl born in like a generation, of course, but that's not the main character, you know. And like our girly pop, who's just, you know, she is tasked by her father to go to the elf kingdom and pick her up and take her back to the human world and teach her how to be a human girl to hide her from the people who are trying to kill her. And so
sounds like a very kiddie plot, I will say.
Yes, it is. It is. And then I think I also had one that was, it was called like the Pandora Order. And it was basically, once again, Greek mythology. She was a Greek mythology bitch. Where when Pandora opened the box, you know, not just knowledge came out of it, but also monsters. And so she created this order of immortal women who had to, you know, put the monsters back in the box, and they protected the box, and then the box goes missing because the rival gang steals it, and it's a rival man who's like, no, we can't keep these monsters locked up. Like, think about why they're locked up in here. It was, you know, crazy.
Very Warrior Nun.
Actually, yeah, probably why I loved Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun executed much better than whatever the fuck Pandora's box was.
I need to get back into Warrior Nun because I enjoyed that thoroughly.
But yeah, anyway, I have those pulled, like I can literally with like my little stupid descriptions of what they are on TrackBear.
I deleted my entire Nano page, but I didn't like extract any of the information from it, which I regret. But
I know, that's why I was like, I got to get this out of here somehow. I got to keep it somehow. This is like history. Deep history. Deep lore.
And I wish I did have some of the first drafts, but I don't know where they would be.
I don't think I have any of my first drafts either, which is really sad. And then we move on, and it's the witch book, the original witch book that I then tried to come back to. Is the one after.
The first witch?
The first witch, the witch hunter and the witch that I tried to write back in 2022, NaNoWriMo, and that's the one that's after.
Wait, I knew you then.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were still in college when we met. Oh my God, I was a creep. I'm so sorry.
You were not a creep. What the fuck is what?
You were in college. I have no business being friends with college women. That was so strange of me.
She's mature for her age.
Shut the fuck up.
We need to move on. You're so right. It literally was like Disney Channel vibes, and like, you know, so she was just, you know.
Also, what were you thinking befriending a 40-year-old Norwegian man in college?
You weren't 40 years old. I didn't know how old you were.
That's true. How old were I? I would have been 30.
You'd been 31.
32. Because I'm born early in the year. Okay, 32. And I'm assuming... Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. The math doesn't math.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I thought this.
You still had no business being friends with the 30-year-old man, though, I will say.
Yes, I do. I'm friends with my brother, and he's your age.
He's family.
Still friends. We're family.
Yes. I mean,
It's not like I was
now,
trying to
but
seduce you, and even if I did, it wouldn't have
that's
worked.
fair. And also, I did not try to seduce you, but I just
No,
yeah.
we were friends. You had like that's what it was the perfect storm. You had no pretext. You were gay, a gay man. You had no interest in me that way. I had no interest in you that way.
Beautiful.
I was like, this is my buddy. This is my guy. We're friends.
Yeah, great. She
And
calls
now-
family.
And now we're in a queer platonic polycule.
And now we're in a queer platonic polycule. Isn't that well? And we're not queer though. We are just
Yes, we are.
I mean, yes, you and me, but the polycule. I mean,
Yeah, fair. It's a gay man, a queer black woman, a queer white woman, and a straight white woman.
yeah, we do
That's the
sound
ideal
like
molecule.
we do sound
like a
like
joke.
we sound like a spin-off show of Heartstopper. I will say.
We
But-
do. We have a Heartstopper at home. Literally.
Yeah, we are Heartstopper at home anyway.
Sorry. Okay, let's say hello to everyone in the chat.
Oh right,
Talking
there's
for
people here.
25 minutes. Let's have a conclave. Hi, Kit.
I want to have a conclave.
Hello.
Lock the doors tight.
Right. Guten
Guten
Abend.
Morgen. Oh ja, guten Abend,
Ja.
Grayson. Wie geht's?
Wie geht es Ihnen? If you want to be formal about it.
I don't. I know Grayson. She's family.
When you're here, your family. Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Hi, Stu. Hi, Lizzie. It's raining where Stu is. Oh, that sounds so nice. Hello, Neon Moon. Not sure how long I'll be here, but glad to see my friends online. We're glad to see you here too. I checked, Mullen. You were not streaming today. But also hi. Hi, Froggy. Hi, Flora. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, it's Pokemon evolution. Situationship to relationship. Stu also says the pregnancy of it all where we started. I wonder if a lot of women are also just scared of surprise pregnancy or IRL. That's also true. Yeah, which is something
The real
that
American Horror Story.
isn't that the truth? Which is why I'm like 50-50. It'll depend on when I outline. Like nothing's set in stone. Mullen says another fiction I can't be Ursula to read about taking care of a baby. Like I have zero interest in it. I just find it as boring as all, which is so fair. I also tend to find that boring in books. Surprise adopt a cute kid who isn't annoying. I'd be okay with that. Surprise pregnancy? Nope. Also, pregnancy in and of itself is a horror enough as it is. Lol. Hence why so many horror movies use it as a trope. That's true.
Did I watch some documentary about this or read an article about? Oh wait, maybe it was a craft book on writing in the dark. Like the the pregnancy to horror story pipeline.
There's like I know there's no pregnancy in Frankenstein, but even Frankenstein is Mary Shelley grappling with like the idea of being pregnant, the idea of having children, the idea of being a mom, a mother, even though she is mother. She was not mother.
She is capital M mother. Not
She is mother. Mother Mary, if you will.
Mother Mary Shelley comes
Mother
to
Mary
me. Reading words from Frankenstein. Let it be, let it live.
Oh. But yeah, Mullen says that's why Alien is one of my favorite franchises, is it was a lot of women not wanting kids and wanting to have agency of their own bodies and fighting for that right. I agree, yeah.
I will say, and I'll say this. I'm watching Bones, as we all know. I'm going through my Bones phase, and
You're in your Bones era.
me and my Bones era. And I forget to what extent, but I think Angela speaks about like, oh, I don't want kids or something. Mm-hmm. She gets together with a man and like, pop, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what happened? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I felt it's like so hard for those the 2000s shows. Like it just
There's a female character. She has to have a baby.
She has to have a baby. And yeah, I don't remember how well, yeah. Lazy writing. Yep. Well, that molecule equation. You can't cancel any of us out. 26 minutes and they remember they're not alone here. Do you like having the front row seat to our madness?
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? I've been thinking, not a lot. I've been having flashes of thoughts about like how AuthorTube and like a lot of the streams I watch are sort of like the third spaces, like the virtual third spaces. And I just, there's some solace in that. I don't know. Are we a third space, you think?
I think we are. And I think it happened because of the pandemic. I think the pandemic really opened up this as a third space because you literally could not go to a third space. So you had to retreat to the online third space. And I think we do a good job of cultivating it as like, and like, it's nice because it's so versatile. Like, if you're alone at 4 a.m. and you're like not having a great night and you just want to hang out with somebody, like we have an archive of thousands of hours, I would reckon, of content that you can just watch and like feel
literally
like you're involved.
Thousands of hours and feel like you're involved in their little community. So yes, I do think we're a very versatile third space. I love that.
And I love that about us.
And I love that about AuthorTube in general, not just necessarily us, but I just think, something beautiful about it.
The Discord is a third space.
The Discord is the third space.
Because you also have a writing room.
We do. That I don't use, but
it's there and people use it.
I do see that. My favorite is when we're live streaming on the YouTubes and then I see people sprinting in the writing chat. I'm like, but we have writing sprints at home. What are you doing?
Would be part of our writing sprints, but they're actually just chatting for 35 fucking minutes.
Yeah, we're half an hour and a half into it.
Hi, Wallace. I thought the title was "Let's Have a Kid." I was like, I'm listening, I guess.
Yeah, me and Katie have decided to become parents.
We're parents, which is so funny because it's so funny you say this, Wallace, because you weren't here earlier. But we were literally talking about pregnancy and like having kids. Odd that you say that. Malin never understands that because I also don't want children, so I take the contraceptive. I think this is also fair. I think that's also something that's kind of in romance.
Not to stress you out, but contraceptive is 99% effective. You know what's not? You know what's 100% effective?
Not having sex.
Being gay. Oh, also that.
Gay. Abstinence. Only two.
Yeah.
Also oral. You just have oral sex. You can't get pregnant.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Unless if you got semen in your mouth, whew, good luck, babe.
Or what's that Glee plot line where it's in the pool? No, wait, is that what you're trying to convince him of?
She tries to convince him of that.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, shucks. I guess I'm a father now.
Guess I'm a dad. It's like, no, she cheated on you.
Spoiler alert for Quinn, not for Quinn. Spoiler alert for Glee, I guess.
Spoiler alert for Glee. Yeah, very 2000s coded. People can change their minds about wanting kids or not, but that comes a lot of introspection and moments of doubt. Shows never show that part. Just a happy relationship equals she abandons her career and pops out babies. Yeah. I think, it takes a lot of nuance to get to have that plot line. And, they just didn't have that in the 2000s.
I will say, though, Samantha Shannon does pregnancy plot lines, and I love them.
I like it, but like I said, I like it when it's done right. I like it when it's... Because, like, Samantha Shannon's characters, the characters that have kids, they want to have kids. Like, and that's the thing with my book is, like, my character does want to have children. Like, she's, maybe not at the deeds that she is in the book, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Madeline has 2 children, but then it's not a pregnancy trope because she has the kids before the book starts. So
yeah, she's a mother. She is. I'm like trying to make an M with my hands and just absolutely failed.
It's like this. M. Anyway,
whatever. Hi Anna, good job. I hope everything is good, but
scary. I thought that said secret. And I'm like, do you have a secret doctor?
A secret doctor. XOXO. Hi JC, how are you? Also, not to mention everyone was okay with a 10-year-old saying, I want 3 kids later, but a 29-year-old has to hear that they can't know if they want kids yet or not. Yeah. I hate the just conversation about are you sure you don't want to have kids? Like, you want me to have
Well,
kids? You take care of them.
I mean, I'm a gay man. We've already established this. And I've told my mother for about 20 years that I'm never having children.
Yeah.
But she still keeps asking. And I'm like, Mom, it's not a phase.
It's not a phase, Mom. I don't want to be a dad.
I don't want to be a father.
What I think that should like kind of be the default, theoretically. Like, not even default, but like, you know.
Not wanting to have kids?
I think having kids is a really big responsibility. Like, it's not like being like,
God.
oh, do you like eating steak? Like, that's such a low stakes question. Or like, are you going to eat steak at some point in your life? Yeah, sure, maybe, unless I'm a vegetarian. But like, it's not a high stakes question. Are you going to raise a human being? That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And who was it? Was it chaperone? Because like every one of my friends has a baby and miserable. And I'm like, I mean, I know kids obviously bring joy because people keep having them, but I low-key agree with you. Literally the only person who I've seen. No, let's not talk about people's business. But anyway, yeah, no.
Oh my god. That's iconic, Anna. That's so iconic. Why? It's something in the water. Something in the
Thank you for
vibes.
being brave and sharing.
Thank you. I'm so proud. Oh, I hope you feel good. I hope it like doesn't hurt too much. I've heard like it kind of gives cramps. Oh, they're not too bad if you do have them. Yeah, kids in this economy. Exactly. People should be thinking hard about getting a kid because it's for life. And I think like I have kind of landed on the side of I don't think I want kids, but I am also not anti-child. Like, I like being around people who also have kids. Like my niece and nephew, I love being around them. Like, you know, just because I don't want to have my own baby, most likely, doesn't mean that I don't like being around children and enjoy children as a concept. I just don't want to be mom.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
I also don't want to be a mom.
I want to be a daddy. I want to be daddy. Oh, my character sworn off kids in order to end her family curse, which, like, honestly, makes sense. Oh, I've seen so many loved ones in my life struggle to have kids. I'm always baffled when people get accidentally pregnant. Like, how? It seems so hard. She's out.
Yeah. Kate to try to make it M.
Yeah, it's just something where, yeah, it's fun conversation. I don't know. Yeah, how are we more responsible about adopting dogs and making babies? All on a wavelength. Yeah. Am I the only troublemaker who definitely wants kids then? Because I think grape is a hard pass. I think you are. Bring babies into this children. The last thing I do. Let's hope it's not.
I mean, the way the political climate is going, it might be.
Yeah, that's the other thing of like, I'm definitely not within.
The next 4
things
years?
would have to change. Yeah, not within the next 4 years, and things would have changed drastically after that too, with the next administration. Yeah.
And I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I've said it live. And you know, you don't have to arrest me if I'm sort of like overstepping, but I just think I'm too much of a selfish person to have children. And I think, no, that's an inside thought. But yeah, I just think personally, I'm just too selfish to have a kid. And I could do it if I wanted to, but I'm not willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not willing to sacrifice myself to have children.
I think that's a good thing to know.
Basically it.
Yeah. And I think that's such a valid thing, you know? And like makes sense. And ultimately, you know, like you shouldn't have to force yourself to have kids. Like, and luckily you don't have to. Like that's the beauty so far for women at least. Not to we don't have to, let's not get into the dystopia of it all. I know it's there, but I don't want to touch it. Okay. But luckily we live in a world where you do not have to have kids. I agree with this as well. I like kids in small doses, babysitting for a few hours, doing art and playing silly games, but the 24/7 part,
Yeah, and I love being an uncle, and I'm very close to my nieces and nephews. But I think, yeah, I love being an uncle, and I think that is the perfect role for me in a family dynamic.
Yeah. And that's like, yeah, it's not an all or nothing of like, when I see sometimes people on the internet just like absolutely shitting on kids and like talking about how shitty kids are and how much they hate kids. And I'm like, are you okay, bruh? Like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, just because you don't want to have
Yeah,
kids doesn't mean you have to hate kids. I don't like those people. Maybe that's a hot take. You say you
I
hate
think that's
kids,
a
I don't
very
trust you.
lukewarm take.
If you say you hate kids because you just hate kids for being kids, I don't trust you.
I think it's the same as, like people like I'm a dog person, but I love cats. And I think it's the same with like, there's dog people who hate on cats.
And
Like
I'm like,
you have a
why?
cat, that's absolutely disgusting. Dogs are the superior creature. Or
Mhm.
vice versa. Like cat people hate on
Yeah.
dog. Like you can love both things. Like I enjoy
Yeah,
children as a concept, but I don't want any of my own.
exactly. Oh,
Anyway, hello.
we
Speaking
have
of
a
kids,
Renee.
What happened?
nothing.
Nothing. Just teasing. JC, who I believe is a parent, comes in and says, well, they do say anything worth having is never easy, and kids aren't easy, but definitely worth it. That said, only if you want them. Yes.
And it's one of those things where like, ooh, I wonder if I want kid. I'll have a kid. Oop, I regret it. Like you can't undo it. You can't put it
Yeah,
back in the box.
exactly.
But
That's where,
yeah.
like, as I waffle on it, I'm like, okay, as I'm waffling, it's a no. I have to be certain. But yeah, one of the worst things you can do is have a child that you don't want. Spoken as a person who was the child that wasn't wanted.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
I'm sorry, JC. You're wanted here.
Yeah, very much desired.
We love you, JC. Yeah, I'd rather not have a kid at all than one and having it some miserable time because it's not wanted. Yeah. Oh my god, I thought that was me. About her eating Panda Express, suddenly wondering how the hell am I? Oh, the horror. Okay.
Anyway, after that 42 minutes of deeper personal
Yes.
conversations about our desire to have children or not, should we do some writing on this very casual writing stream?
Hey, the title says "Let's have a kiki." Okay, that's what
That's
I came
fair.
for.
How are you doing, Grape? What's your vibe today, and what are you going to be working on?
How many children will you be having?
Oh, okay. I am. Okay. So many questions at once. I can't remember them all. I'm doing okay. The vibes today are put on your high heels and clean. What I'm gonna be working on, I'm gonna be putting on my high heels. I'm gonna clean. And how many kids? Naturally, 0. I would adopt maybe like 2.
Oh,
Cute.
okay. I like that. It's basically, we just did a sprint of chatting, okay?
So that means we can do a 15-minute sprint.
We're doing a
do
reverse
it.
Pomodoro. It's 45 minutes of chat and then 15 minutes of sprinting. And we just go for a couple of hours.
That's some bullshit we would do. It is. We can't go forever though because Ms. Mo
Yeah.
has a stream today, a very exciting stream, which I'm so excited to watch.
Legend Star Icon.
I am so excited to see her friend again. I did not meet him, but he was the moderator of her event, and he is just like so cool. So y'all get to meet him. It's gonna be great. What's a reverse Pomodoro? A pepper?
Ketchup.
I was trying to write while listening to the chat, but got sucked in. I'm sorry. And speaking of let's go from Mullen, we have a Mullen timer, naturally. Duh. And I think we'll do a 30. I think a little casual 30 would be a good, unless you want to do something less or more. Well, we can't do more, but we could do less.
That's fine by me.
I'm good with the 30.
Why not more?
Because this is only a 30-minute timer.
Oh.
If you want more, it'll be next time.
Could you not put it on like 0.75% speed and just do 45 minutes?
I mean, I could, but like I feel like that'd be like purgatory, you know?
Yeah.
There's a little liminal spacey. Oh my god, yes, Malin. Yes. Make all the
Ooh, what is the theme? Do we have any requests from Alan? Can you make like a cowboy timer?
Ooh, yeah, with like a little, like maybe some hooves, horse hooves. A gun?
little
No, not a
clip,
gunshot.
like a little
Girl, girl.
That thought was meant to stay in here.
I was thinking, yeah, like horseshoe clip clops or like a whip snap or something.
Like a yeehaw. Kind of damn
Yeah.
good.
But sure, let's put gunfire on the internet.
No, I said it. I said horses. I said a horse, and then I thought, oh, a gun, and I was like, nope, actually, no.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be in summer holiday mode for another few months. Ooh, what about like a pool timer?
Ooh, yes. But what's the audio? Is it just like the wishy-washy of the waves?
I think you could do that. Also, maybe like an umbrella snapping open. Is that like a
Oh.
like a thwop maybe? Ooh, yeah. Oh, with a floaty. Anyway, the world is your oyster. Shut up, Stu.
Two.
Cannonball splashdown. Splash.
Like zoop, bloop, and then the timer starts.
Yeah. There you go, Mullen. That's your free idea of the week.
Come again next week.
Here's your seaside timer though. Legend Star icon. I think I had my music too loud because I did not hear the thing coming out. How'd you do with that sprint?
I did some more writing. Can't stop, won't stop. Never back down, never what.
Never back down, never what? Sorry.
And I'm very close to finishing this penultimate scene. And then I'm going to get to dip into the actual physical. And what's that song? This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. Never mind. But yeah, the ultimate showdown.
Slay. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
Me too. And I'm glad that I have these like Friday, Saturday to kind of finish the ultimate battle so that I can do the epilogue on Sunday for Anna's stream.
I'm very excited. Oh, the time is near. The time is nigh.
The time has never been nigher, I'll tell you.
In fact, it's full nigh.
Yeah.
Bill full nigh, the science guy.
Yeah. The apotheosis is upon us.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. Grappling with Renee, are you with us? No. She's off somewhere else. And do you want to read a line from what you've written? Do you want to give us a little teaser, taster, tester, a little bite-sized snack?
I'll read the description that I read you earlier.
Oh yes, it's so fucking good. Not to hype it up too much, but like it's so fucking good.
Because my current like where I am in the manuscript is just a lot of, he did, he said, he moved. Because I just don't have the brain power this late to do anything like extraterrestrial.
None of that
either. To do anything like prosy. But I wrote this earlier today, so I'm going to read that and then stop before the point. The creature's back was too broad, its arms too long. Its skin was pale and stretched thin, marbled with silver veins that glowed faintly, like moonlight caught in rotting flesh. Metal stuck out from one shoulder, fused to bone-like armor, and along its spine silver strands threaded in and out of the skin like a poisonous root. And that's the description.
And you guys don't even know how good it gets because the twist. But I know because I helped come up with it. I was in the
Don't
trenches.
overhype it.
I was
She
there
was
when it was
there in the
written.
trenches.
I want to know what's twisting.
She remembers it all too well.
I know nothing. I want to know the twist.
You can tell. Grape will tell. He'll tell you in the private chat. I think. Imagine or in the DMs. Okay. How did you do, Grapple? What did you do? Did you get your cleaning heels on?
I did, in fact, and then I took them off because I couldn't figure out how to tie them.
Oh
Tie
no!
them.
Why are you tying your heels?
They're like the stripper ones that have the like super long strings that you gotta like wrap around your ankle and up your calf.
Oh.
I couldn't figure out how to keep the string part up. Couldn't figure out the right configuration.
Oh my god! Speaking of strings, I saw
invisible
today
string?
earlier. No, yesterday. What day is it? Thursday. Yesterday, I saw a full-grown adult. Do you remember those Converse that went into thigh highs?
Yes.
He was wearing them unironically, I assume.
I love that for him. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, oh, I haven't seen that since 2004. But yeah, those Converse that lace into like thigh highs. I thought it was so fun.
I always wanted a pair.
And a sixpence. I don't know about the combo, but
A what?
a sixpence? Like, what would Americans call it? A flat cap? No.
Oh, it's a hat.
Like a newspaper head boy.
Oh, like a Newsies cap. That's such a look. I'm like picturing him in my brain. What kind of shorts did he have on?
It was some kind of dark jean under the thigh-high Converse.
Oh no, he's wearing pants under the thigh highs. I was picturing him wearing like little booty
Yes.
shorts.
And then just a t-shirt and like one of those dark kind of not outwashed, but like black washed hoodies that kind of like faded a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like super dark, like hair jutting out from underneath the sixpence.
Odd. I feel like I can get behind all of it except for the sixpence with that outfit in my brain. But you know, that's fashion, baby, and I don't have it.
It was very, and I say this with love. It was very, very Poot Circle Camp Rock.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I thought that was fun. Yeah, it was very much a
Tumblr girl.
2015 Tumblr girl with the train
Exactly,
track
Lavender.
photos. And,
Oh my god. A mustache drawn on your finger.
we've all been her. Well, I've been her. But...
I've been her. I've been her too.
I was
was
never
never
her.
her.
Thank the Lord.
Who was you then?
Who was I? I was no one.
Yeah. A girl is no one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Game of Thrones reference. You wouldn't get it, but
I wouldn't, but I was her.
we're a faceless assassin.
It's recession fashion time.
But I
It's
think
so good.
this was not a recession fashion. Like it, what would be a cool way to say recession fashion? Like a rest fash? I don't know. This wasn't rest fash. It was someone who wore this in 2010, continued to wear it through the last decade, and now became back in style.
He never stopped wearing those thigh-high Converse.
Yeah. I mean, I had a synth goth face, and thank God cameras weren't invented. But
Not a synth goth.
Cameras
synth
were
goth,
actually
I
really
were.
invented.
I mean, yes, but I was from a poor neighborhood, so we couldn't afford them. We didn't have internet in my home until I moved for college.
You didn't have disposable cameras either.
Disposable cameras? No, I was not born in the 80s.
I was
If you
born in
were
the
lucky,
90s.
you had
We
a
had
digital
disposable
camera,
cameras up until like 2004, 2006.
Oh, not in rural Norway. If you were rich or if you had rich parents, you had a digital camera. Oh my God! Speaking of, I took the boat home from the city yesterday, and there was a gaggle of girls, teenage girls, going to some camp, and they were using digital camera to take pictures of each other. A digital camera.
That's cute.
And I was
love
like,
that
That's
for them.
cute. I like
I mean,
that.
yes, you're making core memories, but I'm like, they all had
Bitch,
iPhones, and then
You
they used.
you better get used to it because I'm gonna be taking pictures of us with a digital camera when I'm in London.
Okay. Well, I mean, the vibe is immaculate on digital camera, I will say. I mean, I have a Polaroid camera, so I'm no better. Like, I'm
I
basically.
mean, I'm
them,
also
but
gonna
me.
get a Polaroid as well.
Oh, should I bring my mini Polaroid?
I'm like, I don't know how I got like kind of worried about Polaroid because I was gonna bring it. Well, I am gonna bring one, but I'm like, I gotta pack it in my suitcase because apparently like the airport security scanner things destroy them, the film.
Oh, did not know about that. I have this little Polaroid album. These are my friends. I'm not gonna dox them,
Oh,
but I have all these pictures, Polaroid pictures from my life that I take.
that's cool. I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my camera, and obviously I'm bringing my vloggy camera.
Ooh.
Will we
Who's
vlog?
she?
I don't know.
Oop.
Oh, she is serving. Oh my God, long-haired Stieg. Oh, what a moment.
Yeah, Stitch with long hair.
She is the moment. She's wearing a crown. Oh, you should see me in a crown.
Yeah, you don't have to even should, because you can.
You can. That's what Billy meant when she wrote that.
That looks like the
line.
photo you'd see on a true crime documentary, and they put up it like she was loved by everyone. She was
Thank you, Elias.
Who would ever want to kill her? She just helped an
It
animal
was a joy to be
shelter.
around.
She loved her family.
I'm gonna show off one of my friends here, but she wouldn't got glasses. But
Oh, oh my god.
anyways,
70s core. Slay 70s
yeah, we
queen.
went through a phase.
Iconic.
Anyway, I do enjoy my Polaroid cameras, so who am I to, drag these girly pops on the boat with their digital cameras? Because I'm no better. It is the kettle called the kettle, in fact.
In fact.
But all of this to say, I had a St. Goth face. Yeah, I had a mohawk, shaved sides. I wore mostly
Blaze?
camo and
Was this
military.
Blaze era?
Blaze, yeah. And always wore a black silk tie.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's, yep. I can see it.
yeah. But sadly, I had no phone with camera because I was Apollo. So
On
I
a
think my
Pavo!
friend. Yeah. So I think my friend has a external hard drive with a bunch of pictures from that time.
Oh my god. Heist to go get it.
Yeah.
I love that. Anna was an owls on everything girly. Why were owls so trendy? I was also an owls girl.
Oh.
I was an owls girl because of Athena, and I was, not like other girls.
So you weren't insufferable. Heard.
We knew this. We knew this. I have said many times that I was insufferable as a teenager. I maintain I'm insufferable now.
And I'm your
Collins
willing victim.
Yeah.
Oh, I had
Sure.
the white, very light skull scarf. Yeah,
Yep.
basically her. I had that too.
I liked a mustache in moderation too.
I was a purple person. So do with that what you will.
Oh. Hence the grape of it all.
Yeah, she
Actually,
wasn't a
no
green
correlation.
grape. She was a purple grape.
Yeah. Hi, Saoirse. How are you doing? What you working on
Hello.
today? Hello. Let me see what everyone did for that sprint. Wallace spent the entire time trying to make a freaking. I read this as freaky intro, and I was like, "Why did you get a freaky intro, babe?
Intro.
Freaking
Why
intro."
did we
for
never
today's
get a freaky
stream.
intro?
Yeah, it's because I make them. You should have asked me to make one. I made one for you, babe. Uploading to StreamYard now. Pray for me. It's not even good. Clip art 200s. PowerPoint.
Yeah, that's old.
That's how old it is. It's from the 2000 BC. It's working. Thank fuck. YouTube did show this. It showed it on StreamYard. StreamYard doesn't actually censor anything, I don't think, but YouTube does. Jessica got no words, made a night lunch and watched Kate's vlog. Awesome. Ooh, pool timer coming in hot. In a while. It's exporting. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Hi.
They are whipping these together in minutes, Malin. What is the secret?
I think it's that she already has the timer portion made. She just has to find a good photo and the sounds for the beginnings and stuff. And I love it. I think your font's so cute. I know you stole it from Flocus, but I think it's so cute. Good luck, Lavender. You're doing great work, and we're here for you. Got some commotion for the snippet. And Malin asks, is it a creature who died? Is the creature someone who dies earlier? That's what I would write if it was my twist.
The creature is your mom.
Ooh. Not Mrs. Tries.
Not Mrs.
Mama
Tries.
Well, actually, probably Mama Tries. I think is more accurate. Mama Tries.
No, you don't think Malin's mother is married?
I do, but I think isn't. But Malin is also married.
Well, she's French, so it would be Madame Tries, if anything.
Oh, you're so right. It's Madame French. Unless she's. Well, I guess she'd also be.
Oh wait,
Madame
her
Tries
father
if
is
she's
French.
Belgian.
Or is her father Belgian? I
Malin
forget.
Cullen.
Malin,
Give us
what is your family
tree.
constellation? Colin.
Your family consolation?
Yeah.
I love that.
Bye, Neon Moon. Have a good night's sleep.
Toodaloo.
Hi, Becca. Oh my God, it's Becca.
Hi,
Becca. How you doing today? Saoirse is going to do some writing, or I'm going to be beta reading. Haven't decided yet. Oh, two excellent choices. That's a muggle ma'am sandwich.
That is funny, Malin. But you didn't answer my question.
Didn't answer the question. Sorry, I mean, my dad is French, my mom's Belgian, but French speaking side. So I guess she's still Madame. Madame tries and Monsieur tries.
No, Monsieur tries.
Monsieur tries. Because Mr. tries is her husband.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Unless,
And then
it's like Papa tries.
Papa tries.
Or what is father in French?
Pierre. Ma mère.
Pierre tries.
Ma mère. Mon père. Frère is brother.
Oh, this is
This is
a butchering of the French language.
Yeah, an evisceration, if you will.
Hey.
I self-censored, but you wanted me to say.
I'm like waiting. Pierre.
It's giving, we have French at home.
We do have French at home. I did do my Duolingo French. I do Duolingo French. I watch a lot of French TV.
Remember when you said you were going to do your Duolingo every day? What happened to that?
I don't like your tone.
Yeah, you don't have to like it.
Damn, Froggy. Kick a girl while she's down. Anyway, I try my best.
Yeah, well, let's just try with Monsieur tries, maybe.
Monsieur tries. Madame
What
tries.
is tries in French, Katie?
I don't know. Not French.
Tries?
I didn't get tries. Tries. That's Spanish. Soif.
That's Spanish for
Soif.
three, but okay.
I know. I'm not good with verbs.
Spanish for three.
Essaye.
Monsieur Eze?
Essaye.
Love that.
There we go. Ooh la la.
Wait, essay just means tries in French? Like a written essay, that is?
Scheisse.
Ooh,
Now that's German.
Merde.
Yeah.
Merde.
I think I'd be so good at French, though. Ugh, what a waste that I'm not French.
Essaye is. There you go, the verb. There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
Monsieur tries.
Monsieur
Mademoiselle
tries.
tries.
She's married, right? Not mademoiselle, madame.
How do you say try in Norwegian speak?
Prøve.
Slowly?
Prøve.
Prøve? Or like true.
Yeah. But like guttural, not the soft R.
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
What's the first letter? Because I couldn't make that out.
I'll just spell it out for you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted when I told you to go slowly, to like enunciate, not to move at a snail's pace.
Prøve. That's terrible. I'm sorry. This is why I'm just a silly American who cannot pronounce anything. I'm sorry, Steve, but you'd have to eat croissant. It's the law.
I would rather eat cigarettes. I'm going to be so for you.
That is so wild. Wow.
It's much too flaky. Why does no one else agree with me?
Because the flake is good.
Flaky.
It's good. Flake equal good.
No, flake equal mess, and I can't.
How very Portuguesian of you. Like the German probieren. Probieren.
Which I guess is tries. Yeah. No, I don't want the flakiness. It's too messy. There's like flakes everywhere on the table and not in my mouth. And it's just, I feel like a fucking clown when I eat a croissant. And I don't like feeling like a clown. I'm very self-conscious.
That's why I like a croissant, if you will, because I am number one clown. I'm happy as a jester.
Well, I am king, so.
Tea. Oh no.
But yeah, no, I don't like a croissant. It doesn't even taste that good. Like for the amount of work. Ugh.
See,
You're
I don't
allowed.
want to make. I don't want to make a croissant, but I want to eat. I want to eat croissant. Croissant. Absolutely. I would love oh my god, with like a crunch sound. A crunch, as like the sound at the beginning, Molly. We have a request from Ms. Mo. Not to make everything about me, but everyone coming to my stream later, please do me a solid and have some nonfiction questions ready to go in the chat. I would love you forever. I already will. TBH. I can do this for you, Ms. Mo. We got to show up. Ooh,
Ugh, a pain au chocolat, even worse. The devil's dessert right there.
Well, if that's devil's dessert, send me to hell.
They're already there. Take a look around.
Look around. Look around. That was a Hamilton reference.
Well, what
You got
the
me
fuck
shot.
Sorry.
Chocolat. All right, should we do another sprinterino? I think we can fit one more in before Ms. Mo's live stream because her stream is in an hour and 15. So I think we could do. You can do it, Ms. Mo. I believe in you. You're nervous because it's a new. It's you know. It's a new.
You're afraid that your friend will know how weird you are.
He's gonna have a good time. He's talking to you, and you guys are besties, and you guys always have a good time.
Not as besties as us, though.
No, but I do. My Delulu brain is like I do think that her friend would fit in very well with the four of us. Like I think we'd have a great time. Not core four platonic polycule vibe, but like he would be a good trouble trooper. I think.
You want to bring in third into the relationship,
I would like to add a third.
or a fifth, even.
Actually, yeah. We got you, Mo. We do got you, Mo. I think he'd be a good trouble trooper. I do. And he's gonna be indoctrinated. Well, probably not indoctrinated. We're gonna behave, Wallace. Don't worry, we'll behave. What's your like nerves?
But the
though,
sound of
Wallace?
it, it's going to ruin the tour. But
It's not gonna ruin the tour. It's more like a second.
yeah,
Four of us are a couple. Yeah. What are you nervous about, Ms. Mo? Are you, or is this? I guess just this. Yeah, he's not gonna have a good time. But yeah, as Anna says, we got you, Mo. We're gonna be there for you in the chat. And everyone can brainstorm their question when we do our 40. Should we do a 45 or a 30? What are we feeling?
30. Well, if we do no. I mean, when are we hanging up? Hanging up? Yeah, whatever. When are we hanging
Big
up?
boomer. Click. Did he just backspace himself? Or did he just like leave for real? Hello? It's just me. Just me. All right, we're going to do a 45. I wish I could be there with you too, Ms. Mo. If you need me to be sneakily backstage, I could do that. Anyway, I guess we're going 45 because I've been abandoned. Okay, I didn't have this up loud enough. Stunning. Stunning. Give me the link, babe. I'll be there. Okay. But if you need me there, just call. I'm a phone call away. Always. I'm always here for you. All right. We're going to do a little 45 because that is what the Ms. Mo hath requested. I'm going to go get a donut that is actually a cronut, which I know the French in Malin is probably screaming because what the fuck. But this talk of croissant makes me want a cronut. So see you guys in 45. I'm so sorry to everyone, but we're switching the timer over. stunning. And that was the end of our sprint. How did you do?
My brain is all fried, so I just did some reading.
All right, what you reading?
I'm reading a cowboy book because I'm trying to. This one.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like the cover too. It's a part of a series. It is like a mystery western fantasy. Oh, not western, Wild West. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to, I'm gonna finish this draft by the end of the week, and then I want to take the rest of May off from the cowboy book and just read some cowboy books to get sort of like, the insight into the tropes.
I like that. Really quickly, bye, Keiko. Have a good
Bye.
rest, a good sleep. Are you enjoying it so far?
I am. I thought there was a horse dying in the opening chapter, but she got me. She got me, gal.
She got you. You got me, gals.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's
so
very different from what I'm writing, but I think in terms of description and stuff, it's kind of what I'm striving for. So we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't
So
be too-
far, we've met the young main character on his way to this town called Golgotha, trekking through the desert, and he's looking for a job at the railway,
Nice.
as all boys did in
Yeah.
19-something Nevada,
Yeah. There,
1869 Nevada.
Oh, there you go. 20 years before your cowboy book. Almost.
No,
like 10.
10 years. Yeah, 12 on a
12.
good
12 on a good day.
day. Yeah. So 12 days before, 12 days, yeah. 12 years before my book. An astonishing an astonishing blend of first-rate steampunk fantasy and Western adventure, according to the Library Journal Start Review.
Nice.
So yeah.
Incredible. Amazing. Show-stopping.
Never been done before. Well, it probably has. But...
Probably has been done many a time. Like elf stories.
Yeah. How did you do?
I did well. I am up to 882 words for the stream. And I ate a cronut and some bread.
Oh,
so
cronut. I do fuck with the cronut, I will say.
But it's also flaky and messy. What the fuck?
But it's flaky and messy parentheses American.
As all things in America tend to be.
Which is somehow less offensive to my mouth. I don't know.
Also, I'm so glad that I've gotten Molly's approval of the cronut. I didn't know if she was a croissant purist. Yes, I love a cronut. That makes no sense, Charlie. No wonder Bella left to marry Edward.
Take my daughter's name out of your mouth.
That's funny. We also, in case anyone missed it, we had a new Mullen timer, which I had to immediately switch to because I loved it. It's beautiful.
And also, cronuts are more layered than flaky, I will say. A cronut doesn't flake to the same amount that a croissant does.
Keep telling yourself, babe.
Croissants are like dog hair. You'll be unpacking your suitcase in 4 weeks, and there'll be some dog hair there, even though you haven't had a dog in a week.
Can't relate. I always have dog hair.
So I was saying, I would wash my brother's dog. 6 months later, open the drawer. Why is there dog hair in my cereal? And that's kind of the croissant.
Honey, have you heard of a plate?
I mean, yes, the plate to stop the fucking croissant from flaking, isn't Malin?
But it's gonna flake on the plate, and then you put the plate in the dishwasher.
Oh, I'm not saying the messy bit is I have no problems wiping the desk. It's just in the process of eating it, it's gonna flake, and I'm not about that. And that's what I'm like. Yeah, I'm not doing this in my wedding dress. I don't care about the mess.
My Valentino white bag.
Yeah. Well, you're French. You were born in a croissant, so
I
Good on
also
ya.
don't. I also have never found a croissant flake where it shouldn't have been. Dog hair truly is everywhere. I know my whole
Let
life.
me
is dog
hate
hair.
on croissants, damn it! I'm
Ooh.
tired of this, Grandpa. No, I'm marrying that hot werewolf with a scar.
Oh, Sam? No.
That was the dad, wasn't it?
No, Sam's the one who gave the girly pop the scar.
Wait, am I thinking of... No, who's that werewolf with the scar? Am I thinking about the right franchise?
I don't know. Saoirse brings up an excellent point that you need a dog. So they drop all the flakes you drop. Then no more flakes. And I agree. My Boo Bear, he eats all the flakes.
I don't want a dog. And I don't want a croissant. I just want to live my life judgment-free from y'all.
Well, good luck finding that here.
Well, my mistake for thinking I was being amongst friends.
You are. Just friends who judge. We're having a kiki. It's in the name of the game to be judgmental.
Well, Kiki does not involve a croissant.
No, but it does involve judgment.
Your
Me
manners,
too.
Mal?
Hmm?
Manners? Is that what's on the floor?
No, the food. Yeah, dogs are like little vacuums. Yeah. I love our we got 3 little vacuums. And they're not so little, but
Well,
they
the
do vacuum.
solution is simple. If I don't eat a croissant, I don't need a dog.
There you go. And you can live your life like that. But I cannot.
And I love that for you, but
Yeah. No, but a beetroot at a time. Beetroot one time. That's right, Malin. I remember Malin Googled whether a dog can have beetroot when she had already when Edgar had already eaten it. Okay, good luck,
bye,
Ms. Mo.
Wallace.
I'm gonna
Love
plug
to
Ms.
see you in the
Mo.
comments.
I'm gonna plug Ms. Mo. Let me find my ability to do that.
You would plug this croissant talk.
Yeah, pull the plug on it. Because that was our final sprint. Because Ms. Wallace is doing a live stream in approximately 17 minutes with a friend of hers from high school who works as the senior editor at the Metropolitan Opera in New York City. And they're going to be talking about nonfiction. It's so cool. And yeah, it's going to be this cool interview, chitty chat on Ms. Mo's channel. I'm going to pop it here.
That's a quick question. What is his qualifications on nonfiction? Does he write nonfiction?
Yeah, he writes like the programs and stuff and like all the information about the shows that are going on at the opera, which are like in the people.
The nonfiction operas?
No, but about the people who play in them. And like
the actors?
The actors and stuff and like what's going on at the Met.
Performers?
Yeah. Yeah, the actors, performers. But you'll probably get some more information at said live stream. What a segue.
Oh, I love the opera. It makes me feel fancy.
Oh, very fancy.
I've also played in a lot of operas. I don't know if you knew that.
Did you really? I feel like that makes sense to me. You have a very opera voice. Like, I feel like you could sing the opera well.
Thank you.
Yes, he writes nonfiction articles. And I believe he also writes like nonfiction other things too, maybe, question mark? I don't know. We'll find out.
I guess we'll find out.
We will find out. And I'm so excited. Wallace is one of the best interviewers I have ever seen as we get interviewed on Shrimps and Sock Talk.
Shrimps and Shop Talk?
Yep.
I don't like shrimps either. Controversial hot take. But...
I don't really like shrimps either. Sprints and Shop Talk. Bring your questions about nonfiction to the chat. They're going to be chatting about that and having a good time. Yep. Shrimps and Shop Talk.
What are your questions about nonfiction, Katie? Have you ever written nonfiction?
I have indeed. I took a creative nonfiction class when I was in college.
What the fuck is a creative nonfiction class?
Like memoirs and stuff like that.
Oh, is that considered creative? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked about like the ethics of nonfiction and like writing creative nonfiction like a memoir, because your memory is not always exactly what happens objectively. It always has your bias and your slant. So like, how do you really effectively write nonfiction if you cannot actually take yourself out of the equation? So I don't know if I'll get that deep.
I mean, that's the whole
on
point
this.
of reading a memoir, though, to get that person's perspective.
Yes, but like, yeah. But you know, like, but if you're talking about something that's like kind of maybe controversial, or like an event that happened to you that involves other people, like, and you're talking about other people, and you're like, sometimes in nonfiction,
Indoctrination into the troublemaker cult, for example.
yeah, like occasionally, like in the example I'm thinking of is like, I'm glad my mom died, like where Jeanette McCurdy has written like conversations that have happened between her and her mother, and like she doesn't have those conversations like on video, like she's just remembering what her mother said, and so what she says about her mother and what her mother says back to her, like there is a bias there because we're not getting her mom's side of the story, and like she is remembering how she felt about it and assuming that's what her mother actually said. Like, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but there is an ethical question about how to go about that.
For sure.
So,
For sure.
yeah. Anyway.
And I guess also, but because you also, you did a bachelor's thesis, obviously, because you have a bachelor degree.
Sorry, what? What was the question?
Because you have a bachelor degree, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you had to do like some sort of thesis, and that would be also nonfiction. Oh, because you didn't write fiction. Oh wait, you did write fiction. I was there. I remember it.
I remember it all too. I did both. I did do both
okay.
because my degree is a dual degree. I have creative writing and literature. My literature side, though, is there's less of those questions, like ethical questions, because I'm like literally the analysis. Right? My play was my creative one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was for one of my classes. And then my nonfiction one was, or not nonfiction, my analysis of literature, specific literature was.
What did you analyze?
Theme, historical context, what the story actually means, what's it saying. Yeah, I wrote a whole thing. I wrote about Othello.
That is very K-coded, I will say.
Yeah, I wrote about homoeroticism and racism and feminism.
You find it all in Othello.
You sure can, and it was a fever dream writing that paper, but those days are long gone. Now I'm just a monkey on the internet. Dance, monkey, dance.
Monkeys on the internet.
Maybe one day I'll make a video going back and looking at all of my old, like fully diving into and reading some of my old work. I don't know if any, and probably.
Oh my god! I remember. I don't know if it's supposed to say this, but when you did your classes, we would sit backstage and listen to you do your classes. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I did it for the playwriting class.
Your class reading your plays and stuff.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
It was a fun time.
It was fun. Anyway, we have 10 minutes. So everybody skedaddle over there to watch Miss Mo. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you probably tomorrow. I'll see you. I'm probably streaming tomorrow.
Oh, Grape Time Friday.
Grape Time Friday. Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I also stream at 11, I think, maybe.
Oh, but that's in like Fever Dream High in the Night for me.
Yeah.
I think 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's only if I get my work done during the day. So
okay.
We'll see.
Here's hoping.
You're welcome, Saoirse. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Thanks for being the pop-up time. See you later. Bye. Click, click, click.